If the gig rules could live in hospitals, courts, newsrooms, and code repos, the next question wasn't will it spread. It was what happens when the law still says employee on paper, like owner, contractor in practice. To see how the rules slip, look at control tests written for factory floors and office desks, then hold them up to an app. The law asks simple questions. Who sets your schedule? Who supplies the tools? Who controls the manner and means of work? On paper, the answers look safe. No set schedule, bring your own car, you decide the route. In practice, the app sets the when through early access tiers, the what through acceptance thresholds, and the how through on-time KPIs that punish deviation. You're independent, inside a maze built by someone else. Misclassification isn't just paperwork, it's incentive. If the company can label you a contractor, it avoids payroll taxes, workers' comp, overtime, sick leave, and the messy parts of management. The savings are real, so the design follows the money. You choose your hours, until next week's priority blocks depend on this week's acceptance rate. You choose your route, until late penalties and timer design force the fastest path. You choose your tools, until mandated phone models, MDM software, and selfie checks turn your device into the company's badge. Arbitration clauses close the door before you knock. Somewhere in the sign-up flow, between a cheerful "let's get earning" and a checkbox, you agreed to individual arbitration. That means no class action, no public discovery, no leverage built from shared experience. If the app shorted you pay, you go alone. If you were deactivated without cause, you argue with a bot, then a private forum that can't set precedent. Even winning doesn't change the system. It just puts your case in a file nobody else can cite. The appeal void widens the gap. A customer says never received. The fraud model fires. Your account grays out. You submit pictures, GPS pins, a lobby video still. A canned response arrives. We could not verify. You're told to file through arbitration if you disagree. Meanwhile, the week's earnings sit frozen past rent day. The platform reports 0 deactivations without cause because technically, cause is model-flagged risk. The definition is circular, the outcome is concrete. Jurisdiction hopping turns regulation into a map game. The platform is headquartered in one state, routes payments through another, stores data in a third, and points to terms governed by a fourth. A city council passes a transparency rule. The company argues the rule conflicts with state law. A state sets minimum per mile rates. The platform tweaks job packaging, so the metric no longer applies. Local inspectors ask for algorithmic criteria. The company cites trade secrets and offers principles instead of thresholds. By the time someone wins a ruling, the code has changed. Price fiction keeps the market story intact. Prices are set by supply and demand. They say, while a model moves base pay down during peak hours because demand already exists. Customers see service fees climb. Restaurants see commissions rise. Workers see per order rates drift lower. Everyone pays more into the same pipe, and the platform's take grows. A true market needs price discovery. A closed market needs compliance. The app sells discovery on the front end and enforces compliance on the back. Meanwhile, the company answers control tests with props. We don't set schedules, they say, while the best slots drop to top-tier workers at specific release windows. We don't supervise, they say, while lateness, route deviation, and chat response times feed a score that gates access. We don't discipline, they say, while cooling and throttling quietly steer behavior. The labels stay neat. The lived reality says manager. One courier learned this the week his child got sick. He logged off mid-quest to drive to urgent care. His on-time percentage dipped. The next week, early access vanished. The only blocks left were graveyard hours in empty zones. He wrote support. A bot thanked him for his feedback and suggested driving during busy periods to improve metrics. He wasn't denied leave. He was priced out of it. White-collar workers find the same trap dressed in HR language. Nurses see flex pools where the app empowers choice, then discover rejected shifts lower a reliability score that controls future visibility. Junior lawyers see autonomy over workload, then watch a portal bury assignments after a missed timer. Software contractors hear outcomes over hours, then spend nights gaming velocity, so procurement renews the SOW. Employee on paper, contractor in practice, subordinate in outcome. Power concentrates in the appeal vacuum. The platform claims safety and fairness, but declines to share audit logs, false positive rates, or deactivation thresholds. We continuously improve, they say, which translates to, we reserve the right to change the rules that govern your income without notice. Workers build their own records, screen captures, route logs, client texts, because evidence is their only leverage. Even then, arbitration keeps that leverage tucked away where it can't help the next person. Here's the trap's efficiency. It lets firms harvest employer-level control without employer-level obligations. The code sets expectations, the scores enforce them, the contracts isolate disputes, and the jurisdiction map defers accountability. You're free until you try to change anything. Then you learn what the app already knows. Control isn't a memo anymore. It's a model, and the model never signs its name. Renting the means of work. Here's where the trap tightens. When you don't own the tools of your trade, you rent them, sometimes from the very company paying you. The bill shows up before the paycheck does. Start with the vehicle. Platforms partner with fleet companies to lease cars, optimized for earning. Weekly rates look manageable until you add mandatory insurance, mileage caps, and fees for excessive wear. Delivery routes are excessive by design. Miss a payment, the ignition locks. You can still see your past earnings in the app. You just can't start the engine that makes the next ones. E-bikes brought the same logic to two wheels. Subscription programs promise maintenance and battery swaps. The fine print lists service windows that don't match peak hours, and GPS tethers that shut the bike down outside tightly drawn zones. If rain pushes you off route, the motor cuts to protect the asset. Not you their asset. Your legs carry the rest. Then come the seats you rent to touch the work you do, software licenses. White-collar workers know this drill. An editor pays for the pro tier that unlocks deliverable formats a client requires. A developer buys seats for a tool their contracting firm mandates. The cost floats off invoices, masked as professionalism. Companies call it flexibility. The charge hits your card. Device surveillance makes your phone both badge and leash. Mobile device management turns on app lists you can't delete, location pings you can't mute, and selfie checks that fail when a front camera smudges. Miss a liveness prompt, your shift ends. At home, a content moderator's webcam remains active after the queue drains because idle time is scrutinized like theft. The meter runs one way. Take rates rise quietly. On launch week, the platform takes 15%. By quarter's end, it's 20%, then 25% on certain jobs to maintain marketplace quality. The customer pays a service fee. You cover the distance. Everyone funds the middle. If you want more visibility, there's an option, pay to compete. Boost your profile for the lunch rush. Bid for priority on inbound orders. Sound familiar? It's ad space in a labor market. A courier named Rena tried the boosts. $10 to lift her in the queue during a downtown surge. Orders came faster, short hops, low tips, base rates trimmed. Her net after the boost? Worse than the week before. She wrote support. The bot thanked her for investing in growth and recommended another promotion during dinner. She didn't fall for it twice. Restaurants feel it too. To avoid deactivation, kitchens pay for priority placement in the carousel. The platform promises exposure. The fee becomes table stakes. Margins thin. Menus nudge up. Workers get blamed for late food as printers spit tickets in triplicate. The machine upstream rents everyone's surface area and calls it partnership. In nursing, renting looks like preferred network, status on a staffing app. To see the good shifts, you subscribe. Premium unlocks instant notifications, analytics on which units post late, and auto-bid tools that place you first. The hospital pays the platform. The nurse pays it too. When rates dip, both subsidize the same coordination layer that introduced the volatility. Developers chasing contracts on marketplaces meet verification tiers. Identity checks cost one fee, skill badges cost another, faster payment costs a cut, dispute resolution costs a retainer. Suddenly your hourly is a headline. The realized rate looks like an invoice with holes. Even the basics come branded. Thermal bags with QR codes, phone mounts that maximize safety, dash cams that feed into incident review portals you can't access. Subsidies cover the first kit, replacements cost double. If a safety audit flags your gear as non-compliant, your account cools until you purchase the approved model. Independent on the outside, rent to operate on the inside. The platform doesn't absorb depreciation. You do. The company doesn't feel the scrape of a curb while you rush a double-stacked order. You pay for the alignment. The company doesn't wait in a dead elevator. your timer does, and it counts only in one direction. When a storm floods your route, surge banners flash and fees rise. The platform's margin swells on the same conditions that ruin your night. Some workers push back. Co-ops buy vehicles collectively, negotiate fleet insurance, and lease to members at cost. A few cities back e-bike libraries. Independent. Software guilds pool licenses and set standards clients must accept. These experiments work until the platform rewrites its quality rules to exclude them or weights search toward verified partners who pay for the stamp. Then there's the quiet tax of uncertainty. To hedge against surprise deactivation, people keep spare devices with fresh accounts, extra chargers, backup bags. They pay for dual SIMs to dodge dead zones. They rent a storage unit to keep gear safe between gigs because home isn't close to the good hours. Every dollar parked in redundancy is a dollar that won't buy time off. The most expensive rent isn't equipment. It's distribution. Access to customers, eyes, orders, shifts, belongs to whoever owns the doorway. The platform controls that doorway and bills rent in slices. Take rates, boosts, subscriptions, convenience fees scissored from both sides. When margins squeeze, code doesn't tighten its belt. You do, by paying more to stand in the same line. A friend who'd driven 3 years said it flat. I don't have a boss, I have a landlord. And he lives in my phone. The efficiency lie exposed. Here's the line they love to repeat. Software squeezes out waste, so everyone wins. Your time gets optimized, the customer gets speed, the platform gets scale. What's missing is where the savings go, and who pays when the model is wrong. Start with pay per task. As the network improves, the app claims it can predict demand, bundle jobs, preposition labor, and shave idle minutes. Sounds like a raise by math. In practice, base rates slip a little at a time while fees on the customer side inch up. The spread doesn't land in your pocket. It lands in the margin. Productivity rises. Earn per mile slides. If you want the old rate back, you're told to chase streaks you didn't invent. Externalized costs keep the story clean. Sick days move off the books because you're flexible. Downtime vanishes because you log off. Insurance becomes your problem unless a car hits you on a hotline definition of the job. Training turns into YouTube videos watched on your own time with your own data plan. Efficiency, as the platform measures it, means shifting every volatile expense onto someone else and calling the remainder success. Then there are KPIs that miss what matters. Average handle time beats quality. On-time arrivals beat safe driving. Arrived taps beat curb space that doesn't exist. You're graded against clocks the platform designed and roads nobody can control. A human manager would adjust for the fire drill blocking the lobby. A metric doesn't. It records the delay and invites the next delay by rewarding whoever gambled harder. Safety bends under faster. Couriers learn to start orders early to protect streaks. Nurses learn to clear beds faster to hit bed turn goals. Warehouse pickers shave steps to keep scanner beeps green. You can document the unsurprising fallout. Near misses, ergonomic injuries, burnout. But those don't post to the dashboard that decides next week's quotas. The number moves. The risk hides. There's fragility baked into the model, too. A single mispriced afternoon can ripple across a city. The surge flares where orders won't be. Labor moves like a tide because the heat map said so. Real demand pops elsewhere. The queue clogs. Customers wait. Ratings dip. Workers chase multipliers that disappeared 10 minutes ago. Restaurants panic. Support drowns in chat messages. When the system resets, the correction shows up as learning. Meanwhile, you ate the dead miles and the cancellations to help it learn. Weather turns optimization into guesswork. A storm blows in. The platform passes the risk. Customers see fees climb. Restaurants see cut after cut. Workers see busy in your area banners that pull them into flooded blocks. The model's lesson is a portfolio line. Volatility can be priced. Your lesson is a line at a tow yard because no one shut the zone. Efficiency at scale rewards the system that can treat disasters as parameters. People aren't parameters. The black box keeps the lie intact. If the company shared its deactivation false positive rate, we could weigh the trade-offs. If it published its throttle thresholds, we could evaluate fairness. If it opened its pay formula, we could test whether distance, time, and market conditions still mean what they used to. Instead, you get, we're always improving detection. Improvement is hard to contest when you can't see the baseline. Meanwhile, the everyone wins marketing relies on averages. The average hour looks fine. The variance breaks lives. A week of good runs collapses under one gray screen day you can't reverse. A quarter of steady shifts evaporates when your tier falls and your early access goes with it. That variance doesn't show on the investor slide about efficiency gains. It shows up in late rent. Efficiency also centralizes leverage. Once the platform coordinates the market, optimization decisions act like policy. Switch the default tap to accept, reset streaks after 2 declines, move the surge window, compress base rates by a nickel, expand the delivery radius by a mile. Each tweak is small. Together they decide who can afford to keep playing. No memo, no vote, no meeting, just a graph changing slope. Here's the test. If efficiency were shared, we'd see durable floors. Minimum earnings per hour after costs, guaranteed appeal rights, audited safety buffers in the KPI stack, and models that degrade gracefully during shocks. Instead, we see rising take rates, pay-to-compete features, and support funds framed as generosity while clawbacks hide in the terms. When something breaks, the algorithm learns, but the tuition comes from your time, your tank, your back. Workers keep proving what real efficiency looks like. Pooled data to dodge phantom surges, cooperative schedules that cover care and school runs, stable assignments that build skill and reduce error. Those moves reduce waste without draining people. The platform could support that. It doesn't because the savings wouldn't flow through the right column. So the lie sits there, polished and plausible. Software makes it smoother, not fairer. The gains get captured. The losses get privatized. And the only truly efficient thing about the system is how cleanly it hides who pays for the smoothness. Crises as feature. How volatility becomes revenue. Watch what happens when chaos hits. A stadium empties in a downpour. Roads flood. Kitchens fall behind. The map ignites with surge banners. $5 extra here, 2x there. Customers see busy area premiums. Restaurants see higher commissions. Workers see the carrot they've been trained to chase. The platform sees something cleaner, volatility it can price. Spikes are the model's favorite weather. Disaster surging pushes margins without negotiation. A thunderstorm becomes a line item. A blizzard turns into winter operations fee. During wildfires, evacuation zones flicker on and off. Support pages urge drivers to use caution while fee multipliers climb. The algorithm doesn't call it disaster. It calls it demand. Penalties sneak in while the banner glows. Late metrics tighten during the very minutes nobody can move. A closed bridge turns a 12-minute trip into 40. The countdown doesn't care. Cancellations to avoid unsafe routes trip reliability thresholds. The next morning you find your early access window shrunk. People assume surge offsets risk. The app offsets risk by charging everyone more and disciplining whoever blinks. In these moments, rules change midstream. Handoffs shift to leave at door only. Buildings lock down. Guests stop answering phones. Customer unreachable becomes a trap. Tap too soon and you're flagged. Wait too long and you miss your quest. The platform's support funds appear on queue, framed as help. Fine print says eligibility subject to verification. Screenshots from the lobby won't prove the elevator died. Meanwhile, the fee stack grows. Customers pay an emergency fee. Restaurants pay busy market adjustments. Workers get a surge that looks good until base rates shave $1 to balance customer experience. Everyone funds the volatility except the entity that controls the screen. PR posts about heroes keeping cities moving. Quietly, clawbacks adjust earnings if a customer disputes in the window the storm made inevitable. Risk markets bloom wherever uncertainty lives. Dynamic pricing doesn't just follow demand, it manufactures urgency. A banner with ticking minutes whispers, "Act now," while the model tests how much pain each side will bear. You can see it in the tiny experiments. Higher fees for orders crossing a rain line, lower base pay for trips inside a self-declared sustained demand zone. The knob turns both ways. It only ratchets one direction. Here's the split between story and practice. Publicly, the company names safety first. Internally, throughput rules. Drivers receive tips to avoid standing water, while routing still sends them through the flooded underpass. Restaurants get emails praising resilience while penalties accrue for late-ready tickets. The platform's risk is reputational. Yours is physical and financial. One resolves with a press release. The other ends at a tow lot. After the storm passes, receipts keep the spike. Temporary fees linger under new labels. Restaurants who accepted fee holidays see commissions normalize higher than before. Workers who leaned on guaranteed earnings during the crisis discover guarantees net out against every surge dollar they thought they earned. The system praises stability, then banks instability as margin. Some places pushed back. A city mandates minimum per mile pay during emergencies. The platform responds with regulatory fees pinned directly to the checkout page, $4 to $5 tacked on with a polite note. Demand dips. Small restaurants watch orders slide. Workers watch tips shrink as customers balk. Headlines say policy backfired. The platform says it complied. The fee did the talking. It's tidy finance. Volatility becomes a product the platform sells to all sides. Insurance in everything but name, priced by the minute, payable by whoever can't walk away. A driver stuck in a downpour can't negotiate. A restaurant staring at Friday night tickets can't log off. A family needing groceries during a smoke event won't wait for next week. The model knows this because it has the history to prove it. Appeals vanish when chaos peaks. Fraud systems, tuned to normal patterns, see anomalies everywhere. GPS drifts in heavy weather. Identity checks fail on fogged cameras. Never received claims spike when people shelter in place. Deactivations follow the graph. Later, support restores some accounts, apologizing for false positives. Lost weeks don't return. Rent doesn't recalculate. Workers tried their own volatility hedge. Collective pauses in storm-locked zones. Group chats agreeing to decline unsafe routes en masse. For an hour, the map cools. Support begs people to help the community. Then incentives bump. Someone bites because they need it now. The coordination breaks. The platform logs a lesson about surge levels, not a note about safety. You can learn to read the tells. Sudden busy area banners without matching order flow. Guarantees that coincide with base rate cuts. PR about support funds paired with stricter late thresholds. When you see them together, you know the play. Turn uncertainty into revenue, outcomes into optics, and human risk into a price point the graph can optimize. Opaque fairness, the crisis passes, bias, and the feature stayed.